So this guy, I've been familiar with this guy for quite a while. I have been getting bad vibes about this guy ever since he became friends with Mickey, who's this like, he's like a baccarat player, but he looks like he's like a fucking groupie for Good Charlotte or something crazy like that. But this guy, his whole channel, just so you guys can see this guy's whole channel, Kevin David's newest scam. I promoted a scam. This multimillionaire, I promoted a scam. That's the video we're going to be watching. Tom Brady is sued for FTX. His whole channel, this is an anti-scam channel YouTuber who is caught up in this titles business.
That I promoted a scam, and given that I'm the guy that goes after fraudsters and fake gurus and scammers, obviously it's not a good look if I was promoting a scam.
It's not.
So I felt that it was appropriate to address it. All that I ask of you is that you watch this full video before formulating your opinion. I'll share everything with you, everything from my side, so that you can see my perspectives. We're going to first begin with my conversation with my agent so I can share with you how these types of conversations go. My agent reached out and said they are interested in sponsoring you for a certain amount. The lowest amount I've taken for a sponsorship is $2,300. The most I've taken is $6,000. That's for one integration and one video. Most of them are on the middle to lower middle of that range. This one was right in the middle. And are you open to this? I said, I'll pass, not something I'd like to promote. My first instinct was that it was like some silly gimmick. I didn't even know what they were promoting. And so my first instinct was to say, I'll pass. My agent,
ooh, should have went with your first instinct there, buddy.
And again, I didn't really know much about it. And so I hadn't done any research on it. I just heard about the ad in Iced Coffee Hour one time. I heard it in passing. And I thought the Lord or Lady stuff was kind of odd, and I didn't think it would work for my audience. And so that's why I initially passed. And then my agent said, "LOL,
you got greedy.
It's a low cost of entry." And it was at this time when I actually started looking into them, and I saw that it was a charity. And so I realized that the Lord or Lady stuff is just kind of like a little gimmick on the side.
Oh, it's like a gimmick on the side is how we're going to say it. So he's going with the classic Willie Mack defense.
And so they like use a kind of a little gimmick, a kind of a joke to get you in the door to
kind
actually
of a joke, kind of a gimmick, kind of a joke, kind of a gimmick. That's not how it's being sold. It's not being sold as a fucking gimmick. It's being sold as you buy a plot of land and you get a title. I don't understand how this is any different from like a charity NFT that like Andrew Tate would make. This guy would be making this whole video about how Andrew Tate is making a scam NFT and the money, part of it does go to charity, but not to the charity that you thought it'd be going to. This guy would be wetting his fucking lips over a video like that. But, it's about him. Oh, now you're under the fucking spotlight. This is when you learn about people. When people are under the spotlight, that's when you notice. I thought this was a guy that was good. I learned a lot about this guy through this scandal. I thought this was like a good guy that we all can be, watching. But we cannot be watching this guy. He is just as feral, just as compromised as anybody else.
Established Titles partners with two different charities to actually donate the trees. And so I reached out to both so that you guys can get some clarity on if trees are actually getting planted, because that to me is like really the scam, if trees are actually getting planted or not.
Oh so my God, you moved the goalpost so far with that. The real scam is that the trees aren't getting planted. I mean, how much further could you move the goalpost? Established Titles. Established Titles. You are establishing a title.
I totally understand why people think it's like scammy, that the business practices that Established Titles employs, which is kind of like a little bit of a bait and switch, where you don't actually get title to a 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland. I totally understand.
I totally understand. Okay, it's not like this guy's acting like he wouldn't be making a video about this.
That this was a charity for planting trees, and the fact that they actually plant trees is what matters most to me, and I'm happy to report that they do. There's apparently over 2 million trees planted, and I think this is great for the environment. My main focus on all of this was the act of planting the trees, and it looks like I made a massive mistake by overlooking the other side of this coin, and so I have no problems.
Yeah, but the trees are supposed to be planted in Scotland, man. I mean, what?
Calling it a scam. I've seen in my comment section people calling this thing a scam, and that I'm a scammer now because I was promoting a scam. I have no problem with those comments.
Yes, you're a fucking scammer.
I clearly made a mistake.